gay people and an LGBTQ plus Kiki at 9 in the freaking morning? Whose idea was that? Oh, wait a minute, it was my idea. But that's why I'm still in bed. Me? I'm FayWhat, and I'm gonna help you get your week started off right. We have lots of fun things to talk about. It's gonna be a fantastic week.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl, sunbeams, drag queens, L-word, is that girl, the girl of all our dreams. She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl, pride-filled, T-dance, Wilton, is that girl, Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and we are live right now on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, YouTube, and of course, Facebook. I'm also on demand, baby, anytime. It's Monday, July 17th, 2023. So let's begin with letting you know that July is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, okay? So every July, BIPOC Mental Health Awareness Month is observed, also known as Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. It is a time in which special consideration and reflection is given regarding historically underrepresented groups. It was founded in 2008 in honor of Bebe Moore Campbell, author, advocate, and founder of NAMI Los Angeles. Through her advocacy, we observe Bebe Moore Campbell's National Minority Mental Health Month, or what many now call National BIPOC Mental Health Awareness Month. Many may wonder why it's so important to highlight BIPOC Mental Health Awareness Month. Well, we are aware that any person can experience mental health concerns and illnesses, but minority groups have a higher likelihood of experiencing risk factors that contribute to mental health disorders. Some of these risk factors and various special considerations are systematic or racism, racial trauma, underrepresentation of providers, immigrant issues, and cultural stigmas as well. And here's ways to show support and be an ally to the BIPOC community. One, post support for the cause on social media and encourage others to repost and share your message. Or you can maybe volunteer or donate to an agency, a nonprofit that highlights helping those in the BIPOC community who are dealing with mental health concerns. Or three, research and learn about some issues facing the BIPOC community. All right? What do you think about that, Mark?
I think it's something really important to highlight. I just didn't realize until kind of seeing the math and everything on this particular topic of just how good I've had it.
Oh, wow. About your privilege.
Oh, absolutely. Because in our family...
That's not what I expected to come out of your mouth. That's why I love you.
Therapy is like... it's like going to the gym. Where, you know, hey, if you need a little bit of work, if you're not feeling real good about yourself, you know, go take care of it. Because we knew how insurance covered it, how to find the right providers, how to navigate that system. Yep. We also, you know, were in a family that, you know, where people had gotten therapy before, so there was no stigma against it. So even today, if I felt like, you know, hey, things are off, or I'm going to make a really big life change, I would not hesitate to go to a therapist. I would have no problem finding out where to go, how to get it paid for, and all that. So yeah, this month it's a little bit of a wake up.
I love that you're so aware of your privilege that way, because when it comes to Black and brown folks and, you know, all people of color, you know, there is that stigma, like you said. And, you know, we've had our issues with healthcare providers, right? Not asking us the right questions or not really, you know, really caring about what we're going through, you know? And it takes a lot of procrastination before you go and do that, where it's like, wow, I should go talk to somebody. But how do I go about, how do I go about doing that? Oh, it's going to cost too much money, so forget it, you know? And that's not the case, you know?
No, there's plenty of companies, organizations that work with therapists, that bring therapists on board, where it can be free, no charge, sliding scale. So yeah, talk to organizations or even, you know, your church in the community.
So true. So true.
There's a lot of resources out there.
And especially folks, you know, if you are LGBTQ plus and also a person of color, dude, man, go seek out SunServe, okay? They give mental health help to youth, okay, LGBTQ plus youth, all the way up to seniors and everywhere in between, you know? There is nothing wrong with saying, I'm a little off, or, you know what, maybe I don't have it all under control, you know? I have parents that didn't believe in mental health, you know, that didn't believe that was something that you went to get help for. That was something you had to shake off. You know, like, and just forget about. And that's not necessarily true.
And I do think that it's probably better that if you are LGBTQ plus to make sure that the person that you're going to see for that service is an ally.
Yeah.
My very first therapist, I remember I was 15 years old. I had come out to my parents really kind of.
They came out to you.
They found stuff in the bedroom that was a little bit undeniable. You can't be holding 4 gay porn magazines for a friend.
Right? Maybe 2. But, after that, it kind of,
It was a collection. So, they came and pulled me out of school that day.
Wow.
Sat me down on the front lawn of the school and was like, is there anything that you have to tell us, Mark? And I was like, in my mind, I'm dying in the closet at that point.
You're not saying shit, right?
I'm going to be Clark Kent during the day and the gayest Superman you have ever seen at night, and that is my life plan. Oh, and I do have it too.
I see it.
So my first therapist was actually my parents saying, well, you're kind of young, 15 to maybe know your sexuality, which wasn't true.
You knew,
yeah,
but I understand.
But they're like, just for your safety to make sure you're okay with everything, we want you to see a therapist. And it was about 3 sessions, and after those sessions, he said, "Yeah,
you're definitely gay.
You're like super gay.
You
might
really,
want to send in your parents because they're the ones that are going to need help dealing with your ultra gay ass."
Yeah, like you fart sprinkles. You are gay AF.
Fart sprinkles. Oh, I wish.
But how? Okay, but see, that explains a lot as to why you are how you are. Like you address issues head on. Okay, you work through things. You are very aware. I'm having a bad week. You know what, Faye? I'm not going to go out this weekend because I need some me time. And that's because you were raised that way in that supportive environment where we try to do everything ourselves. If you need help, it's okay, and there's nothing wrong with it. Especially folks in the in the BIPOC community. Come on, like the help is there. And you don't have insurance, guess what? Like Mark said, there's a lot of places that will give you care absolutely free or on a sliding scale. I mean, there's so much help out there. This is the month to go. Anytime is the right time to seek help. Those are the hardest things sometimes to say is just, I need help.
And so if somebody is local, how do they get in touch with SunServe?
Oh my God.
I think that's one of the most amazing resources.
Sunserve.org, go over there and bother them, send them an email, info@sunserve.org. I mean, they will hook you up with a therapist. They will hook you up with a group, sometimes just peer to peer is such an amazing thing to have, you folks know that I'm in AA. I'm in AA almost 9 years. And my sponsor always tells me, hey, your head is like a bad neighborhood that you should not go into alone. Okay, take somebody with you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Therapists do a great job, I think, of teaching you how to talk to yourself, which none of us are taught how important that is growing up, that the things that you say to yourself about yourself determine your self-image, determine your self-worth, and a therapist will set that shit straight within about 15 minutes of sitting down with you.
I love that. Okay, so there you go. That was the spotlight of our day. And now, Mr. Mark, let's kiki on some stuff, okay?
Yes.
All right, let's do this. Okay, let's get to the fun stuff now. So let's kiki about what's going on right now in the LGBTQ plus community. I've got a sidekick with me. You know him, all right? He's in bed with me for some conversation. What else? I mean, we wouldn't know what else to do with each other.
I don't know. I'm
You've got
surrounded by
parts
all this pink, furry goodness of FayWhat. It's the first time in my entire life I've been able to say that I'm surrounded by pink, furry goodness.
You really are.
But I am today.
You are surrounded by pink, furry goodness, and it's all because of the beautiful Miss TP Lords. I got to say thank you to her. That I interviewed her last week, a couple of weeks ago, and she was embarrassed by your old bedding. Is that how that conversation started? That's basically what happened. She was like, "Bitch, you're not interviewing me on that. I'm gonna redo your whole bed." So, be you? No. But not be you. She was like, "Be less you. Be a better version of you. Be a better version of you. Stop being so FayWhat." But thank you, TP Lords. Anyway, so I'm joined in bed by my gay guy pal, Mr. Mark Pettit. He is a co-host also on the Happening Out television network that we're on right now, and also on It's Happening Out that we're both anchors on Wednesday evenings at 9 p.m. Also, he's a life coach and a leather sir. Okay, so Mark Pettit has a little bit of everything. And so welcome back to FayWhat's Bed. Thank you for saying yes again.
Thank you. I came as soon as you called, and then I agreed to come on the show. I've been saving that one.
He has to be saving that one. All right. Well, first, let's talk about all the Kikis and all the juice and jugo that's going on right now, right?
Oh, Dios mío.
So
Jugo de
first,
naranja.
jugo de naranja. First, if there's one celebrity you can count on to speak sensibly from anywhere in the vast world of Hollywood and beyond, it's the iconic country music legend, you know who, Dolly Parton. The latest topic on her list of grievances seems to be climate change. In an interview with the BBC, she criticized greedy politicians who willfully ignore the issue. When interviewer Charlie State asked about her interest in politics, she said climate change is not politics to her. She believes her stance is largely apolitical and said she uses music to help her voice reach. Dolly Parton always speaks sense, doesn't she? What are we all talking about? What did you do?
I'm not sure if I'm really a Dolly fan or anything like that. Yes, I am.
Wow, yes, you are.
I'm sorry, DeSantis. Am I breaking like Florida laws right now? Because technically, this is a performance.
Yes, technically, right now.
And I'm using prosthetics. But no, seriously. Dolly Parton.
Mm-hmm. I love the titties. I can't stop looking at them. I'm such a titty girl, aren't you?
They really are nice.
And that's one of those things that, I talked about it on It's Happening Out last week, how
boys love
and girls love titties.
Yeah, gay boys love titties.
And it has nothing to do with you being gay. You just like titties. All right, so Dolly.
I can motorboat myself. But, gay boys, we love our icons. But I think she has seriously gone beyond star, singer, actress, diva. She is the fairy godmother.
Yeah.
At this
point.
My
God, I love that.
She is the pentultimate. I think she's probably only second to Jesus, and maybe because she's not admitting that she's Jesus reincarnated. See, if Dolly Parton died and somebody started a Dolly Parton religion tomorrow, 75% of gay men would convert to that. Oh my God, we would instantly.
Go. Yeah.
I adore her.
All right, she's amazing. She's amazing. Remember during COVID when she had paid all that money for the vaccines to get started? I mean, she has done. And with the pink, it just looks amazing.
I know.
Dolly Parton would be a good president. She would be a great president. I mean, they need to put Dolly Parton in the bubble. When Madonna got sick, I got really scared for Dolly, for Cher, for Elton, for, our older icons.
Yes, I just need to get them into cryogenics right now.
Yes, right next to Disney.
Their consciousness so that they live forever.
Forever.
But yeah.
Dolly for Pete.
We love Dolly. Keep it up, Dolly.
Yeah, I think when it was the drag ban that they had started talks about that, she was like, well, then I guess I'm going to get banned too because I'm a drag queen, basically, and she is.
She absolutely is. The wigs, the makeup, the hair, the figure.
Everything.
She is exaggeration.
My first pair of boobs, when I went to the plastic surgeon, I want those. And I pointed to Dolly. He gave me some big ass titties. I don't have them anymore, but they were fun while they lasted.
And that's when they said, get out the beach ball and start blowing them up. I don't think that they make those CCs. Well, no, you probably have to go to a different country to get them that.
Well, I mean, that's done. I'm half Colombian. I could do that tomorrow.
Okay.
That's easy. That's
road
easy
trip.
Peasy. That's easy peasy, bitch. But God forbid I have to find some antibiotics, right? Then you have to oh, damn. Next, Demi Lovato, who now uses both she, her, and they, them pronouns, publicly came out as non-binary with a preference for they, them pronouns in a moving video in May 2021, just weeks after coming out as pansexual. Since then, the singer has reflected on their gender fluidity as equally masculine and feminine. But in May 2022, they made headlines again after quietly updating their pronouns to include she, her, again on her Instagram bio. During a recent interview with GQ Hype Spain, the singer said that they constantly had to explain and educate people on why they chose they, them, and after one point, it was exhausting. Demi Lovato wants it to be less exhausting, and we freaking agree with her. What are we all talking about?
I feel bad that she kind of had to negotiate her identity to make other people comfortable, but I think it is also a little smart. Because when you look at, I think, the issues affecting the trans community, healthcare, suicide, murder, these are really huge items.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times we get caught up in this he, she, they little pronoun bickering while people are dying.
Dying. Yeah.
And so the fact that she has said, you know what, I am they, them, but basically if you do she, her, I'm not going to call you out. I'm not going to stop the conversation because of it. So I think that this really is putting the horse before the cart and saying, you know what, if I want people to hear me and if I want to address the bigger topics, let me make it easier for people to address me. And I don't like that she has to do it, but I think it's strategically where we need to be.
Let me ask Side Piece something. Side Piece, are you there?
Yes.
Side Piece, Demi Lovato, was she the one who was in rehab like 8 times?
Yes.
Was she the one that was doing the California sober?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Side Piece. Side Piece knows everything, by the way. So, you know, I'm sober, as you know, and, you know, so she has been trying to get sober on a few occasions, and we wish her well. That's not an easy thing. You know, I was happy when she came out as part of our community, right? Because visibility matters, visibility is important, you know? And then when she came out as non-binary, it's okay, I get it, cool, no problem. I'm a little upset that she added the she, her, because she has such a platform to be able to teach people. You don't like the negotiation. I don't like the negotiations.
No, I understand.
Okay, Mark? I get it. And if, you know, but there are people who I've met that are like, you can use whatever pronouns you want on me, I'm fine, right? And they say that from jump. And I appreciate that, you know? But she could use her platform to teach these knuckleheads. I mean, we work with some knuckleheads, okay, that refuse to learn pronouns and don't understand what the big hoopla is about. I agree. There's bigger things that we need to fight for, right? There are kids dying. There are, you know, this gender affirming care, that is necessary. That is a necessity for kids. And it's being ripped away from some kids, okay? There's bigger things to deal with.
When you look at, now I can only speak for kind of the gay man journey, but when you look at our rights, first, we fought for frickin' survival.
Yeah.
Then access to health care. Then even just having our partners being allowed in the same hospital when we were sick. Then civil unions. Not till 2015 was marriage. And still today, we're just now having language change around that where somebody doesn't say, oh, do you have a wife? To me, they would say, oh, are you married or not? Mm-hmm. So
or
really,
you know, your
I think,
spouse.
Yes. So I think language is actually one of the last things to kind of change because it follows our mindset. And sometimes I think when we put language first, thinking that that's going to change a mindset, it's a little short-sighted.
Well, and it also confuses people.
Yeah.
You know, and the reality is that, like, and something that I've learned from my trans sisters for sure is the unlearning that people have to do. You have to unlearn things, and you're just so used to in your mind to say she or to say him. You know, when you think you know the person's sexual identity, you know, or their gender, and you don't. Yeah. And you can't pretend like you do. And you shouldn't pretend like you do. I constantly am asking everybody, the femmiest, fishiest person, I'll be like, what are your pronouns?
Him.
You know, because it could be.
You never know.
But it could be, you know? So, Demi, you know what? I agree with what Mark is saying. Hey, do you? But you have a platform and you can really get people to freaking do the work, man. But you're absolutely right about the language being the last thing. That makes sense. Next, according to Psychology Today, because, you know, I read that all the time, right?
It's right here on the nightstand, Faye.
I think some of the inserts in there are about my freaking crazy head. Anyway, today, the divorce rate for gay couples in Denmark was 17% compared to 46% for straight couples. So, what makes the difference? Well, that's what one Reddit user wanted to know in a recent Ask Gay Men thread. The most upvoted comment on the thread suggested 4 theories. 1, by the time gay couples could marry, they had already proved their long-term potential. I agree. 2, marriage hasn't been a societal expectation for gays as it has been for the straights. That's true. I didn't think I was ever going to get married. And 3, straight people are often compelled to get married because of an accidental pregnancy. That doesn't happen. Go. I've been trying. And 4, because of gay people's so-called delayed adolescence, they're still sowing their wild oats, so to speak, while straights are settling down. So gay people divorce less because they do not marry out of compulsion. What are we all talking about? Do you agree with this?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it's all of those reasons. I think most people would be a combination of some of those reasons. But yeah, being married because it's what you want and not is what is expected of you, I think means that you go into it with much more personal will behind it. But I think that there might also be maybe another factor or two, because when you look at at straight couples. Generally speaking, the girl has girlfriends, the guy has guy friends. So when they're in an argument, the girl goes with her girls, the guys goes with their guys, and they're getting some of the worst feedback in the world
in history
on how to address that situation.
Never listens to your girlfriends or boyfriends. Do not listen to them.
Whereas with gays, we get with other gays who have been in that situation, who have walked in those shoes. So I think that there might be something to said about the quality of the friendships that we choose to have, that we're not blocked off from having friendships with people just because there is a sexual potential there.
Well, and also in our community, you know, our friends are our family for a lot of us. You know, a lot of us are shunned by our blood family. So our friends are our go-to. They're our go-to. They're our blood, you know? I also think that we appreciate marriage more, like, because we didn't expect to ever get it.
Fought for it.
You know what I mean? Because honestly, I swear, like, I did not expect. You know, I was already in my 30s and I was like, this ain't happening. You know what I mean? It just was like, okay, you know, and then all of a sudden Teresa popped up and, you know, we're both married. And if we were having this conversation 10 years ago, we probably
would have never believed that I would be married.
Me neither. I wouldn't have even thought that it would have been something that somebody would have fought for. I just did not see that.
No.
I didn't see that.
I use that as the best excuse just forever in the dating world. Oh, I wish we could take this further. But
we can't.
Yeah, so I'm just going to...
So bye-bye. You don't get a drawer in my house.
2015. Yeah,
bye.
That curtain came down. You know, I think another factor here, Faye, might be, and I don't know how true this is for girls, but I know with boys that when there is something kind of in the romantic realm that's not connecting, that we're very easy about pivoting, I think. Talking about that or saying, hey, let's bring in a toy. Let's bring in a video. Let's maybe talk to another person. Let's get a sex therapist. You know, whatever it might be, like we're pretty open about that. With being able to pivot sexually. And I just think that's a harder conversation
for straight people
when you have all the expectations that like a straight woman has on her for what she's supposed to be and a straight man has on him for
role and all that.
Yeah, and we don't have that. So I think that ability to sexually pivot might very much be in our
favor. In our favor. I mean, you know, my wife has 2 children who I love and they're in their 20s now, right? I never wanted any, right? And I knew I didn't want any. You know, but she got knocked up and that's why she got married. You know what I mean? And you know, and that, just like the story that we just read, that happens a lot. And then the person says, well, maybe I could live this life and I don't have to, and I'll forget about being gay, you know? And it's sad, but a lot more people than we know are still in the closet. And how things are happening now, Mark, I would be afraid for some newly gays to come out of the closet, you know, how shit is going right now. So, you know, I think I totally agree with the story. I think that we will probably always divorce less, just because we appreciate it more, just because it took us a lot longer to get this right, you know?
I don't know. I think it'll even out, even though I think you may be right that we might always have a little bit of an edge. But one of the factors that this talked about, which I agree with, was we have been waiting to get married for so long. So if something was going to go wrong, it was going to go wrong in the 10 years that we've been waiting for it to happen. That factor is no longer in play.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see how it pans out.
That's true. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Right. Next, directing duo Ethan Coen and Trisha Cook have sent lesbians wild with the first trailer for their star-studded queer crime comedy, Drive Away Dolls.
Are we watching it?
Drive Away Dolls, described as a lesbian road trip comedy, features the internet's cool slutty daddy, you know who I'm going to talk about, Pedro Pascal. Booksmart icon Beanie Feldstein, Euphoria's Coleman Domingo, and Hollywood star Matt Damon alongside the film's lead, Margaret Qualley from Maid. You guys know her, right? And Geraldine Viswanathan from Bad Education, who play chaotic queer friends Jamie and Marianne. The trailer promises laugh out loud moments and hilarious physical comedy as Jamie and Marianne attempt to evade criminal gangsters, including a suited and booted Pascal. Lesbians are going to love this movie, while gays will drool over Daddy Pascal and Matt Damon. Watch this.
The case, Santos.
Not on your life.
Hello, girls. It's the last body shot competition, so we are gonna salt you up. I've had it with love. I don't believe it's relevant to the 21st century lesbian.
You're not wearing that.
I just came from work.
I came from Toledo. I don't dress like it.
I'm not here to peddle my wares. I'm leaving town.
I am too. That was my plan. Where are you going?
Tallahassee, Florida. I've been unhappy.
That's why we take this trip together, honey babe. We get our act together.
Curly's Drive Away, Pennsylvania's most trusted name in car delivery.
Curly here.
Don't call me Curly.
And your name, Curly?
My name is Curly. We just met. It's too familiar.
We're here for the car.
Wait a minute. You call with a drop-off in Tallahassee, and then these broads come in and say they're ready to go to Tallahassee. They drive the car instead of you. Is that bad?
Bad if they find the goods.
What? We should see what's in here.
I bet it's locked.
I understand that you're unhappy, sir. We will find and deliver the package.
We just want your friends. You cannot relate to the public, which in the service profession is a big handicap.
Did the two creeps find you?
They know we have their stuff. Maybe we sell it back, shake them down.
Are they like wanted or something?
Oh no, they're not in trouble at all.
I'm gonna help you break a big murder case.
That is about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I'm a cop.
Who are you?
Democrats.
Wow, you've had a full day.
Drive Away Dolls features the internet's favorite slutty daddy. You know, Pedro Pascal. What are we all talking about? Look at the hat.
Yeehaw! This is my Pedro Pascal hat, y'all. Now,
I love it.
why is everybody calling him slutty, though? Like, that is now like the new moniker that he says slutty daddy.
Like, he was just a daddy, right? Before, now he's a slutty daddy.
I think this is a little bit of projection from his viewing audience, myself included, that we want him to be a slutty daddy, but I just think he's a good daddy. You know what this reminds me of Bros, but it's more slapstick. I think it's more real. So as soon as I started watching this, I'm like, oh, this is Bros for Hoes.
Bros for Hoes.
And then I forgot the title of the movie. So I've been talking about it all day with people. Like, have you seen the preview? I don't know what it's called, but it's like Bros for Hoes.
It's Bros for Hoes, and everybody's looking on the internet for Bros for Hoes, and they're not getting that.
Yeah.
Trust me, okay? They're getting, something else.
Probably going to get
a porn site. That's what they're getting.
That.
Oh, I can't wait to watch this, though.
This looks so fun.
It looks so fun, and it's just like, the slapstick, I love that. Sometimes we just need to laugh at ourselves and laugh with each other, and I think that this movie does exactly that.
And I do just want to also, though, give Bros a little bit of credit here, because I think that was kind of an opening of a major door to have something like this happen. But I think style-wise, they have a foot up or a leg up on Bros. Because I think Bros was so new. They were trying to be so careful.
Yeah, I noticed that.
In most of their representation.
That it almost seemed rigid because they were just so tight. That makes so much sense. But understand that, like, Bros had this millions dollars of budget, you know?
Bros is dealing with guys, and people are going to be more sensitive to romantic stuff that involves guys. I think this is going to be 2-3 times easily the numbers that Bros got, because this is something that I would see straight guys going to.
Really?
Totally. Like going to see this with your wife, like a lesbian road trip comedy. I think most straight guys would be like, yes.
Oh my God. Side
I want
piece.
to watch a regular rom-com. I can, go see two girls. This is going to do well, Faye.
Side piece. When does this movie come out?
September 22nd.
September 22nd, this movie comes out, okay?
Yeehaw.
So I think it's going to be, I hope that what Mark says is true. I don't know if it's going to be that.
We can help to make it true. Viewing parties, take a friend.
Popular, but I hope it does. I hope it is popular. I mean, I love Pedro Pascal, as you folks know, that I freaking talk about him on almost every one of my shows.
And she's gay.
And I'm gay. But I mean, he really makes me question my sexuality. Like, he is that daddy that it's like, I'll show you a titty if you ask me to. Like, it's just weird, So every time I get a taste of him, if he posts something or he's at some award show, I'm just like, so I love him.
He is such a daddy. I think that I might need to get a genetic test. Because every time I see him, Daddy.
Daddy?
Daddy?
Daddy? I think that hat's too tight. Maybe that's what's going on.
That's not the only thing tight.
Yeah! If he was wearing underwear, that would be tight too. I'm just, that it is. Pedro, we love you. I love that he is.
I love you more.
Yeah, he loves you more. I love that he's doing a comedy like this. I love that he lends himself to slapstick. It's not like I'm gonna be a serious actor because I was on Narcos and I need to blah 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 and get an Oscar for some shit. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, I'm gonna have fun and this is gonna be a wonderful work of art, and I can't wait to see it.
Me neither. Let's go.
All right. Finally, the White House announced President Biden had tapped Gaga, yes, Miss Lady Gaga, to co-chair his committee on the arts and the humanities. Gaga will take up the role alongside Hollywood producer and Oscar winner Bruce Cohen. Committee members will include Kerry Washington, oh, Scandal, I missed that show, John Batiste, George Clooney, Ocean's 15, right here, yeah. Jennifer Garner, who I love, who is she married to? Is she the one married to Justin Timberlake?
No, I.
Side piece. Is she married to Justin Timberlake? Jennifer
I would
Garner?
know that.
You would know that?
She is married to Ben Affleck. She was married to Ben Affleck.
She was married to Ben Affleck. Okay, she was married to Ben Affleck. Okay, another one who loves alcoholics. That's okay. It's all right. Troy Kotzer, Shonda Rhimes, who we love, okay, and Marta Kaufman, among others. In its statement, the White House says that Gaga has traveled with President Biden to support the It's On Us campaign to combat campus sexual assault. She advocates for equality and has been an outspoken champion of mental health awareness. Lady Gaga had also sung at the president's inauguration in 2021, if you remember. Way to go, Gaga. What are we all talking about? Like, this bitch needs another job? Like, for real? Like, ain't she busy enough?
I think it's such a dichotomy when you look at like these issues that are going on, because you've got like Lady Gaga and Biden on one side, where it's about culture and love and acceptance. And the other side is let's shut down libraries, no drag queens. No, I mean, when you look at the split down the road, I think it is just so easy to see what side comes from love.
Yeah.
And I think that she is a fantastic choice for that position and to represent the arts well. Because it's one thing just to represent art, but it's another to put the intention behind it of why that art matters. And I think that she just does a beautiful job of that.
She really does. And she's always been like such a huge ally. Like, it just seems like whenever she's able to make a statement that supports us, she does, you know?
Well, I was thinking back to, it was not that long ago, maybe 7-8 years ago, when she was starting to get even bigger, just some of the nasty rumors that were going around about her. And just how she really pushed through those. I think that she could have rejected the gay community because of the kinds of rumors that were being thrown at her. And instead, she had to completely turn the other cheek, and I'm going to be an activist through this.
You know, then you look at Lady Gaga, and then you think about Britney Spears. It's like, wow, what a difference.
Fair.
Why isn't it not fair?
You're comparing those two?
Yeah.
On what basis?
Well, I mean, Britney, like, you know, when she wasn't crazy, she was very talented and very entertaining. And, you know, the gays loved her. I mean, all the gays loved her.
I don't know that she's, I just think that she is like so damaged. I feel so bad for Britney. And I don't think she's ever coming back out into the public.
Well, you know that they're doing a play. They're doing
Britney's
a play
life?
on, no, I wish they were doing it on her life. They're just doing it on her music, which still I think gays will flock to.
Yeah, I'd rather see like a biopic.
Yeah, me
like
too.
Something that was more behind the scenes and real.
Yeah, like her fighting her stupid sister.
Yeah, I think the world could handle a Britney Spears comeback. I just don't. I don't think it's in her.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that the world would welcome a comeback.
The world has used her up.
Well, she's not on the right meds, folks. Again, Mental Health Awareness Month, okay? It's really important to
white people too.
White people too, to talk to somebody. No, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Because she was so like held down by her family and not allowed to do anything. Now she refuses to see any doctor, refuses to take any med, when you can see her fall apart on her Instagram. Watch a couple of her videos. They're sad to watch. They're hard to watch.
They are.
All right, well.
Okay.
So the FayWhat show is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America, and Hotspots magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 37 years. And Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. Mark, you have great eyebrows.
Oh, thank you.
I just wanted you to know that because I was looking at you and I was like, coño, those are great eyebrows. I take a picture of your eyebrows and take them to my makeup artist. I'm going to go, yeah, I want Mark's eyebrows.
Actually, my eyebrows are like really about half gray. So I dye my eyebrows.
Oh, well, you're giving all your secrets away. I didn't know that.
Oh, I don't care. Like if you come into my house, you open the medicine cabinet, you're going to find out. Yeah, so the
Just
eyebrows.
for men? Is it called Just for Men?
Yeah, it's just for men. It's like a hair and beard one, and it mixes up in like a gel so that you can apply it.
Cool.
So yeah, I tint my lashes and my eyebrows, and then you see like that black spot. I do like a few little low lights.
But that's sexy
up
though.
there.
But that's sexy.
Yeah. Well, when you have all gray hair, it makes it look thicker if you have some dark thrown in
I
there.
wish I would have known that. So my brother from another mother, right, Tony Lima, right, when he started getting like white hair, right, I was like, oh, I got you, don't worry. So I took some mascara and I started like doing, and then we went out.
The first time he hugged somebody.
And then we went out and somebody had a whole big black spot on their face. I felt awful.
You have got to use waterproof mascara if you're going to use it on the face.
Just for men works. So Mark, what do you got going on this week? Anything fun that you've got going on in the next couple of weeks? Tell me what's going on.
We have got a few fun things.
Okay.
For one, everybody watching this, you better tune in to It's Happening Out on Wednesday.
Uh-oh.
There is a surprise that we cannot say anything about because certain people are watching the show that may be affected. Look, if you don't normally watch It's Happening Out, maybe you watch Queer News Tonight or just the FayWhat show, I'm just saying, watch It's Happening Out tonight.
Watch it.
Or not tonight, I'm sorry.
No, this Wednesday
nights.
at 9 p.m.
Yes, this Wednesday, 9 p.m.
Yes.
Another very big thing is Links by Luke are now getting into actual gold and silver.
Ooh.
So if I can put that
I love that.
up to the screen there.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Ooh,
I love that. Well, that's big too.
Yes, it is on the website right now. And so we've gone from kind of harnesses and bracelets and things to now actual precious
This
metals.
is precious.
Yeah, this is the only one in
I
the
love
entire
that.
world.
That's
So is this,
beautiful.
by the way. This is a
I love
prototype,
that.
which
I
will
love
be
that.
on the website soon.
I love that. And what's the website? Remind our viewers the website.
Linksbyluke.com
And on Instagram?
is at 2 linked guys with the number 2, not spelled out.
Yes. And if you're following me on social media at FayWhat, right, you'll see that I was wearing a custom made Links by Luke harness. I wore it for Costa Rica Pride. And I was representing, and I'm telling you, I mean, at least 100.
How many compliments?
So many compliments, but also even now, it's been weeks since Costa Rica Pride, and people still, this weekend that passed, were like, oh my God, and that harness that you had, you know, where did you get it? It was so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, custom made, baby. Links by Luke is the only way to go if you want to get your harness. Thank Luke. When is he coming back? You sent him away to boarding school or something? Where'd you send him away to?
Luke is at his job at summer camp. He runs a summer camp up in the Berkshires in Massachusetts.
Is that
Not
kind of
a
summer camp?
murdery one.
Oh, okay. Not a murderer.
I don't think.
I mean, we want him to come back.
We'll talk later.
Well, he might be the murderer.
Actually,
that's why he comes
this-
back every year.
Luke buries the body, then hurries up and
Lukey,
and
I
gets back
found
home.
out.
Secrets out. So yeah, actually he gets back at the end of August. So it will be the first year that he is here for our birthdays because we're both born in the first week of September.
Oh, I
so
love that.
I've got about 2 more months.
I love that. What's your sign?
We're both Virgos.
I love that.
Yeah, which are normally not supposed to get along unless you're a little bit older and both know what
And you're a little bit older and you know what you want. So there it is.
Oh, a little bit older. That's the most flattering thing. I'm a little bit older.
Mark, I love
take
you,
it.
Mr. Mark Pettit. I will see you back on my show and in my bed in a couple of weeks.
You're damn right.
I love you to
Love
the
you.
moon. And make sure you watch us both on It's Happening Out. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Thank you, Mark, for joining me in bed. And don't forget to find out about the store that his husband and him run. It's amazing. Linksbyluke.com. Okay? All right. So, did you know that Happening Out Television Network studios are located at Sunshine Cathedral Square, which also houses Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church, located right here in Fort Lauderdale. We broadcast our Sunday service every week at 10:30 a.m. Sunshine Cathedral. They are hashtag my queer church for sure. So finally this morning, I want to get our week started by telling you some things that are really important to me. Here on the show, we call it Faye, what's on my mind? Pedro Pascal is on my mind. He's always on my mind. I can't. So Pedro Pascal makes no secret of his LGBTQ plus allyship, which is one of the many reasons why I love him so much. And honestly, like I said before, I question my own sexuality when he takes his shirt off. I just do. The Last of Us star, aka everyone's daddy, has shown his support for the LGBTQ plus community on a bunch of occasions. Whether it's simply putting his pronouns on his Instagram profile and wishing his followers a happy Pride Month, or expressing his love for his transgender sister. One thing's for sure, he's got our backs. And I kind of wish he had my front too, but that's a whole other story, all right? So what's on my mind, okay? In celebration of the hunky ally, allow me to show our appreciation by reliving some of his best moments as an ally, okay? So, Pedro Pascal, acknowledging that an Instagram post alone isn't enough, Pedro Pascal has previously spoken about his LGBTQ plus activism in an interview with Wired, explaining, quote, "My entire heart is set on, you know, the marginalized underdog. It's not a choice. Like, how dare anyone not support the people that are deserving of support and are deserving of protection and need more of it than you do. Do you know what I mean?" End quote. I should have done that in a more Pedro Pascal voice, but you know what I meant, right? But he's also well aware that he could do a whole lot more, right? Another time he said, "My personal hope is to seize the opportunity to be of service in ways that are true. I'm keeping my eyes open. The truth is that I don't think I do nearly enough." What an incredible human being Pedro is, right? Okay, another time, right? He was using social media to spread the love, okay? So I'm reliving those moments, you know, it makes me all warm inside because we just love Pedro Pascal and he's always standing up for us, right? So, you know, his Facebook, his Instagram feed is no stranger to a rainbow flag. The actor took to the platform earlier this year to share several images of the inclusive LGBTQ plus flag flying in the wind. And then he wrote, "The question, my friend, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind." He wrote in his caption as a nod to the iconic Bob Dylan song "Blowin' in the Wind," which became an anthem for the civil rights movement in the 1960s. His post was met with an outpouring of love, including from co-star Bella Ramsey, who is gender fluid. Many other fans took the image as his response to the rise in anti-LGBTQ plus legislation across the nation. Another time that he stood up for us was when he was making his trans sister simply feel loved. Pascal's sister, Lux, came out as transgender in 2021. She has since spoken about their relationship and his role throughout her transition. Speaking to the Chilean magazine Ya, Lux recalled the story of how she came out to him over the phone, claiming he was happy and simply said, quote, "Perfect, this is incredible." You know, he's also an artist and also served as a guide for me, she said. He was one of the first people to gift me the tools that started shaping my identity. Only a few of the reasons why we love him. I mean, these are just some of the reasons why we love Pedro Pascal. Pedro, we love you, te queremos, and there's a million more reasons why Pedro Pascal is an incredible ally to us and to our whole entire community. Pedro Pascal, we love you, and I tip my cowboy hat off to you. And I would take other things off if you asked, I'm just telling you. Well, that's it. That's the FayWhat show. I hope that you had fun. Thank you so much to Mark Pettit for joining me today. And I have to give a big shout out to Hamanji out there in India. I want to say welcome back and thank you for being the incredible writer that you are. We love you here on the FayWhat show. All right. And I also have to say thank you to just an incredible, incredible crew that we have here at the FayWhat show that always makes me look my best and sound my best. Yeah, that's you, Steve. Yeah. So I am really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. I gotta tell you, it's often hard for us girls, even us cowboy girls. But if we believe that we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q plus. We open every show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore, and that girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ plus community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity because it's what makes us so freaking strong. So until next Monday, world, at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand, I'm FayWhat, And I'm hashtag that girl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Stay gay.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's you?
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ plus media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat show. Get the week started with me.